Yo, new warriors! What's going on? We're back. I was really considering just taking a bit of the day off and then coming back later tonight, but I was like, you know what? I feel pretty refreshed, so let me go for a little bit. And then later on, when things cool down again, I'll jump back on and we'll run some Atlan. But for now, since this closed beta is still active, I figured let's just jump right into it, get the ball rolling. Good to hear that you've had a good work day and just ate dinner cake. Good to see you, Glad to hear that everything went well. And my man Gramps, glad to hear the cake was delicious and, you know, moms are always great. Moms are always great when it comes to cooking. You can never ever feel regret whenever your mom or any mom cooks a good meal, whether it's a dessert or, you know, dessert, dinner, breakfast. Just a mother's touch is always great. Did I get into the Chrono Odyssey playtest? No. Did you? I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be jumping into Odyssey just because I've got so many things being thrown at me right now. I've got this game, I've got Crystal of Atlan. It's just, there's a lot of games. I got to be very choosy. Let me just log in real quick. I've got to be super selective. Otherwise, I'm just going to be bombarded. You did? Hey. So will you be jumping in and trying it, or? Hold on, I'm just logging in real fast. That's all. Give me one sec. Alright, there you go. Done. Alright. We're back. Back with more of the game that Gramps is like, oh no! Not like this! Okay, so what are the other side quests? Back this right now. I was gonna give it a quick spin now before bed. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of it. I've seen streamers play the game, and you know, look, I'm not gonna be the one to spout out anything because I haven't played it, so I'm not one to give any sort of feedback. But I have watched streamers and I've heard their feedback, and it's like, okay, interesting. But I think for now, I'm gonna just hold my tongue. I think it's best that you play the game, you dive in, you see what it's like, and then you can let me know what you think. But for me, right now, dude, I have so much on my plate. I've got PoE 2, I've got this game, I've got Atlan, and Atlan is honestly so fun. That game is taking up more of my time than I expected. I take it Gramps isn't into the gacha anime style. I don't think it's so much the anime style that Gramps is not feeling. I think it's just too cute. It's like a bit too much for him. Because Gramps and I, we play Crystal of Atlan, and Gramps has played Genshin before, so he's not like foreign to it. But this, I think this one is just far too much for him. Select and register 2 of your owned monsterlings. The selected monsterlings will be registered to the combining slot. Oh! Okay. So I can combine. After registering both monsterlings, you can tap the button to acquire a new monsterling. Oh! So it is kind of like Digimon in that sense, where you're combining like two like respective Digimon into like a brand new one. So what is this? Expected grade 70. Okay, so one Grade 1, grade 2, expected number of traits 2. Okay, so I'm guessing like the higher your grade of monster, you'll likely get a better result. Let's see. So this is a Slimelet, and this gives me Sharp Fangs and Quick Wits. Okay. Interesting. And then this is... Yeah, Gramps says this is too cute for him. And I can see that. Especially the Nyanners that they call them in the game. That's gonna be a name I get used to be honest. But yeah, they made the game very, very cutesy. Which isn't a bad thing. I think it's a great selling point. It can really help to foster a little bit more positivity. But it's not for everybody. I think the visuals just... Yeah, the visuals, at least right now, from what I'm seeing, it definitely is very, very like, whoa, you know, very cutesy. Like even me, like I even admitted like yesterday when I was playing, I was like, wow, this is like a very cutesy looking character. So combining can either pass on the material monsterlings as traits or result in random traits. You can spend specific combined consumables to carry over desired traits. Oh, that's kind of sick. So it's kind of like in Path of Exile, where you can go to the recombinator machine and you can take specific traits or attributes from your respective weapons or equipment, and you can take the more desired attributes and put it onto that weapon that you want. So it's kind of the same in this regard, where you can combine two of the monsters and then you can take whichever ones you want and then combine it. And I imagine there's probably some sort of statistic or percentage of chance. But that's still cool. That's actually kind of interesting that they've added that into this game. Fair, I have a limit in that direction as well. I enjoy striking art styles, but I do like to be able to take my game seriously. Yeah, I would certainly agree on that too. Like, okay, so case in point, right? Crystal of Atlan, it's very anime style, but there's a lot of flair to it. It doesn't feel very fan servicey. Sure, there are some attractive characters, but I'd say for the most part, what makes Atlan so fun and a kind of very immersive and you feel very involved is because the action really feels impactful. You feel as if you're taking charge. There's a lot of, not urgency, but you feel as if there's a lot of care and consideration in the action elements. And so you have to take it seriously, otherwise you get beat up because the bosses are not that easy to deal with. There's raids in the game too, and the raids, from what I'm hearing, are like actual raids. There's mechanics in the game. You have to learn the mechanics. It's not just in, you know how like in Destiny 2, right? We used to play, and some of the bosses, they just felt like HP sponges most of the time. Like you just go in and it's like, okay guys, we're gonna drop down our warlock, and then we're gonna, you know, go in the warlock, and we're gonna just spam, and it's just like an HP sponge for like 5 minutes. But like in Atlan, from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of mechanic behind the lead up to the damage phase. But the damage phase isn't like an HP sponge. It's like once you get the damage phase, you're going in, and there's a reward for that. And that's what I'm really excited for. And that's where I think the seriousness comes in. This game right now feels like I'm watching an anime, but I'm in control of what's going on in that sense, which again isn't terrible. Yeah, exactly, Gramps, and I'm a huge fan of the Magipunk. The Magipunk art style is really the selling point for me too. Like, there are very specific things that really capture my eyes when it comes to certain games. For this game, I think what really caught my attention was the monster capturing element. Not so much the visuals, which admittedly are really good. This game has really strong visuals, but I think the monster capturing element was really cool.
あなたは知らなくていいわよ。こんなものを知ってそうな人はあの変人くらいだろうからな。どれどれ、そろそろ薬の材料を取りに行く時間か。行くなら急いだ方がいいぞ。
Yeah, that is another big plus for me. What really impresses me a lot about this game, considering it's still in closed beta, is A, how polished it is. Very polished for a closed beta game. Typically in a closed beta, you know, you'll have a game that definitely feels jank, admittedly speaking. But every character in this game is well animated. They're fully voiced. Most cutscenes are fully voiced. Everyone has their own respective characteristics and personality, which again is really great. Yes, exactly. If Crystal of Atlan actually had more voicing that was to this level, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. I definitely think Atlan would be amazing. Like, more so. Like, I'll say this every single time, but this music, this tavern music is amazing. I love it. More games should have this type of music in the character menu. Because normally in the character menu, it's like very bland and boring, but this feels very uplifting, very upbeat. I feel like I'm in an actual tavern, you know? It just feels nice and refreshing. Okay, I'll level up to 13 here. Okay, and then we just need some equipment. Okay, this is level 5. I'll level this up for now. How much do we have? 8? Wind attack? Oh, this is not even the best thing for me. I need like ice attack for Ophelia. Let's see, let's enhance this though. Let's see what we get. New substats. Oh, fire attack? Well, that's actually... Wait, this is a helmet? Oh, but this... Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna unequip this. And I'm gonna put it on... Okay, so, yeah, switch. And this can go on... This can go on Verna. Yeah, because this has fire attack now. There you go. But I'm really hoping, my expectation is that over time, because Gramps, I've seen what the China version has in Crystal of Atlan, and I will say, brother, there's a lot more content coming down the pipeline for the game, like crazy endgame content, a lot more co-op, crazy looking characters that are coming out, a lot cooler outfits. Like, they're really pouring a lot into Atlan. So my expectation is that if they keep throwing in content like that, I would hope they throw in the very same for... I would hope they throw the same in for the voicing. That's my hope. Dude, it's just funny. It's like he's wearing a shower cap or something. But this is where the cuteness overload comes into play, right? Like, oh my god, look at him! He's wearing a shower cap. Oh! Yeah. So here's the thing with. Okay, I'll wait a second. Hold on a sec. Okay, this music is kind of overshadowing my voice a little bit. Okay, so basically in China, they already have the game out. It's been out in China now for about 2.5 years, and so they're really further along in development when it comes to the game. And apparently, according to the stats, Crystal of Atlan is one of the more popular games in China, especially on mobile. It's a very, very popular game, and that's why they brought it over globally, to see how it would fare in the West, because in China it's blowing up. And so they have already released all of those characters that are supposed to come into the Western version pretty soon. But they have a ton of endgame content. They have tournaments over there. They have esports tournaments. They have a lot of content in Atlan, which is coming. So I'm really excited. Like what we're playing right now, it feels like a lot, but there's so much more. There's so much more, which is great. And then Cake says, definitely depends on the type of game for me. If it's a game I'm going to spend a lot of time in, menus, then they would need to be a nice place to be. I absolutely agree. Otherwise, I would rather they not waste time on it. Oh my gosh. Whoa, who's this character? Well, they've got the animations down. Whoa. Okay, well, they've got the animations down big time on this character. Good grief. Oh, good grief. Yeah, exactly, Gramps. Yeah, they only need conversion. As long as it can convert all of that into some sort of revenue over time, then I think that the game will only get better. Because actually, now that you bring it up, they actually have been releasing a lot of content on YouTube. Like, they've dropped, I think, 2 or 3 videos in the past couple of weeks, and that's purely for the outfits, because they have a ton of outfits already out in China, and they've been already kind of dripping it on YouTube for those in the West. And so, yeah, like you said, the conversion is definitely there, and it's working. Because every time I log into the game, I kid you not, whether it's 6:30 in the morning or 6:30 at night, there's always people on, which is crazy to me. Typically, if a game isn't that popular, you're not going to see as much of a population, especially in the early periods of the morning. But the fact that I log in and early hours of the morning people are still on is crazy. Yeah, they have a ton of outfits coming in. They've got some like really cool sci-fi outfits. And then of course, as I said, they have a lot of characters. Without spoiling who the characters are, I'll just give you a good number. So they have, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think in my brain how much they released. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they have about 6 new characters coming into the game. I think two new classes. No, three new classes, and then 1 additional subclass. And those are all coming through. I don't know how fast, but they're coming through. And I'm already very, very excited for one of them. Now, granted, it isn't really a leak because the game's been out in China for so long now. But if you ever wanted to know what those characters are, just to kind of give you a little bit of excitement, I did post a video, I think in the Discord COA community section. So it should be there. I think. I can't remember. If not, I'll just send it to you. But there are a lot of cool characters, dude. A lot of cool characters. Like, I'm very excited for it. The one character that I saw, oh my gosh, I can't wait to play. And it's under the same subclass that I love right now, which is the Musketeer or main class, sorry. And then I don't even know what the end game stuff is yet. All I know is that there's just a ton of new co-op features and end game content, but I have no idea what those could be yet. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the upcoming characters one, yeah. The unreleased classes. Those characters so far look very, very cool. I'm very excited to play them. Okay, so spores. So I probably have to catch more cappies. Head to Ventus Forest. Hilla asked for materials to research new theory about cappies. Okay, so I probably have to... Okay, so let's see here. Head to Ventus Forest? Okay. Let's do that. I will say though, I mentioned this last night, but the actual loading time of this game is so snappy. It's incredible how you just click one button, waypoint, boom, right back into the game. There's very little time between the loading. It's just boom, you're right in there. I haven't seen it yet. Wanted to try the game as is first, but now I really wanted to have a look. So take a look at the characters. I wouldn't go too deep into the content just yet, because even for myself, I haven't dipped into the actual content. I want to kind of keep that as a surprise. But there are videos out there that talk about the content, but I don't want to. I want to really dive deep myself. But the characters though, the characters for me, I was like, okay, this is great. I'm very excited. And what's great is that I imagine all these classes, I don't have to pay for them. They just come into the game. All you have to pay for is the cosmetics if you want the, you know, the extra features, but that's about it. I oftentimes forget that this game literally has multiple characters. I'm guessing the class you're speaking of is the assassin class you spoke of. So funny enough, no. Surprisingly, I'm very excited for the Mistrix class. That's part of the bounty hunter subclass, or rather the musketeer class. Ooh, okay, caught this big boy. Uncle Cappy. Okay, I'll record that. That can go into like a early impressions video. I'm very excited for Mistrix. Mistrix is by far my most anticipated subclass so far. That is the one. Yeah, Mistrix is the one I'm really hyped for. The sniper. She basically walks around with a suitcase and she has a motorcycle. She has like this futuristic motorcycle that just drives around and shoots you, or shoots the enemies. It's pretty sick. I was like, what the heck are they cooking with this character? Yo, Carl, what's up, brother? Howdy. How you doing, man? It's all good, Grabs. It's all good. I mean, technically, she is kind of a misfit. Like, the way that she looks, she really... She has that punk type of appeal to her. And I will say that the finishers in this game are really well put together. Like, very theatrical. Chillin', grubbing on a 1 a.m. burger. Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. I feel you on that. Gotta have a burger anytime. I've had those munchies. I've had those munchies many a time. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. If it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., if I feel the munchies, I'm getting up. I don't care if I'm asleep. If I hear, I'm up. I'll just grab an Uber and I'm out. All right. Level 4 still, probably? Yeah. Okay, let's go talk to Miller. If the stomach growls, I'm on the prowl. That's what it is for me, dude. Like, even this morning, I woke up and I forgot that I had a chicken kebab. I was like, oh, what? Damn. Alright, let me eat that for breakfast. usually I don't have anything heavy for breakfast like that. But that thing was smelling too good. Free kebab, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, damn it, dude. Alright, well, I'll take some extra chicken and protein in the morning. Alright, so meet up with Ophelia, who should be waiting for you in Breezeville. Okay. Okay, so can I level up at all? Let's see here. Adventure level. Okay, so we're level 4. So yeah, as I said yesterday, everything is just a placeholder right now. So every level I'm only going to get 5k. And I'm assuming they're doing that because they don't want to give away too much in the game. They want to just focus purely on the gameplay elements. But then that is kind of concerning because I'm trying to think like what will be the gacha of this game? Because I'm pretty sure this game will have some gacha in it. So the fact that they're not showing it right now is, well, then again, it is pretty early in the game, so they could eventually unlock at some point. But we'll see how Netmarble curates their gacha experience. Chicken kebab omelet. Oh my gosh, brother. Same wavelength. You can never go wrong with a chicken kebab. You just can't. It just hits so well. Especially when they put a good portion of chicken in there. Man. Because some of those kebab shops, I tell you, when I go there, I'm like, can I get extra chicken? Oh yeah, sure thing. And the next thing you know, I look in the kebab and it's just like, what are you talking about? You gave me nothing. When I ask for extra chicken, I want extra. You know, I want half of that chicken in my shawarma, you know, in my kebab. I had a chicken kebab a couple days ago. It's so good. They hit so different. I don't know what it is about. Well, that was fast. I don't know what it is about kebabs that are just so good. But when they're well made, oh my gosh, they're like the most filling meal you could have. They're inexpensive and they're delicious. You can simply you can't go wrong with it. You really can't. So I usually, okay, so the only reason why I'm skipping this is A, there's no voicing. And that's pretty typical, I'd say. Like I'd say in a lot of cases, side quests don't always have voicing, which is fine. But that's primarily the reason why I'm skipping, is just because it's a side quest. Usually I'll listen it in on the main quest, but side quests I'll just kind of pop through, because it's really, most of them are just gathering quests or small, oh, beat this enemy type of thing. Oh yeah, the tahini? Oh yeah. That sauce is amazing. It adds that extra tangy flavor to it. Whew. I'm feeling kind of tempted again to buy another one today, but I can't do that. I think the last time I went too ham last time. Literally, I think it was what, 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? No, 3 weeks ago. I bought 4 kebabs. I was so fiending for kebabs that I bought 4 of them. But then it was good because it was like a 2-for-1 sale. So I was like, all right, let me just buy 2 kebab wraps, and 2 kebab with rice. I was I was in kebab land that entire weekend, but I was happy. My stomach was happy. I was good. I was like, if I could have this every week, I seriously would. If I was swimming in yen, I seriously would buy kebab every week. It's irresistible. And the great thing about kebabs is that they're actually surprisingly healthy. They're not full of junk. Normally they have like cabbage, tomatoes, onions. And then of course you can add your extra toppings if you want, like jalapeno, potato. It's actually really good. I put an example in Discord of the graphic artifact I was talking about last stream. Unfortunately, Discord compressed the image a little though. Or I'll peep it. I'll peep it. You know, let me peep it right now since I've got some time. Oh no. Czar started in Forest of Trial. Hold on, I'm gonna talk to my homie real quick. No way, dude. Path of... I don't think you can transfer between servers. Hold on, I'm just responding back. Yeah, so one thing in Atlan that I'm kind of iffy about is the whole deleting a character each week. The fact that so in Crystal of Atlan currently, it takes a week for you to delete a character. Oh, I just got your DM by the way, Gramps. I just checked. I didn't realize. Where did you post it? Ah, here we go. Ah, the circle areas of water and grass as well as the area of the trees. Ah, I see what you're saying, Cake. I think it could just be the performance of your PC being quite low. Because I can see the artifacts and everything you're talking about, and somewhat of the... Yeah, I can see the artifacts, but it could definitely be the low RAM that you have on your PC that's causing you the issues. Okay, Breezeville. Let's go. My mom makes them with bell peppers and onion pieces. Whoo, that sounds too good. Having your mom make a kebab though is a different vibe. Because you don't have to pay a dime. It's just free service from your mom. That's amazing. I can respect that. Okay, let me see. So this is Swift Hands. This is special skill cooldown, crit rate against normal monsters. Okay, so who is this guy? Hot Blooded? Okay, ultimate gauge gain 12, crit damage 20% against normal monsters. Okay, so maybe I can swap. This is thick skin. Ultimate skill damage at 9%. This one does ultimate gauge gain 12%. Okay. Who would I want to give this to? Because thick skin's actually good and ultimate damage is good for Ophelia. Maybe I give it to her. Yeah. This is so funny, dude. Yo, what's up, Moise? How you doing? This is so funny looking. Okay, let me get these guys in here. I don't know why, I just find this amusing. Uncle Cappy. Okay, so we got that on the character. So everyone's 13, yeah? I guess I could get them to level 14, because I do have enough books. Yeah, let's do a 14. Let's go for an even number. Okay. So I think by now many of you probably recognize the type of games that I like. Games that have character building and a lot of action and customizing, I'm in there. Oops. I do not want to exit the game. Let's see here. Meet up with Ophelia. Cutscene time. Yeah, I love this. I love that I can take my time, chill out, and save my voice. I don't have to voice anything. Again, it's like I'm watching an actual anime right now.
今さら手を引くってわけでもないだろうし。ここでは敵陣の構造と敵の数を把握できない。このまま攻撃したら、もし勝てたとしても被害は甚大なものになるだろう。だから私が石膏として後方から侵入する。
But look forward to a lot more ARPGs. There's so many ARPGs coming out. There's this one, then there's Neverness to Everness. Another like anime style, but it's more futuristic though. It's more like supernatural sci-fi action RPG. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get into that one, but we'll see. But just know there's a lot of content coming down the pipeline for the channel. So basically, my game plan is PoE 2 will be the main game as always, since that game is that game is live service. And it's always going to have content coming down the pipeline, which is always great. But right now, because it's in a quiet period, this is perfect for me to explore other action RPGs. And then that way I can actually have content on top of the PoE. Because it sucks to not have content. Really sucks. So I'm very grateful that more content is out for me. Okay. And the action in this game is very snappy. It's very fluid, for sure. Oh? It's a goblin. What are you doing over there? And of course, not all action RPGs are going to be anime, so not to worry. We're not going to be converting. But this is kind of like where I started. So before Gramps came in and Cake and stuff, I was actually, I think I've said this before, but I was a verified Hoyoverse content creator. And for a long time I was making content and I was getting pretty good numbers like with my Genshin content. But I think what happened with Genshin was that the community was just very toxic at the time. And then also, I don't know, I started to feel kind of burned out. And I think it wasn't so much the game itself that burned me out. It was the very aggressive gacha element that burned me out. The fact that me as a creator, I had to always keep up with the character releases made it very tiring because the game wasn't very giving at the time as far as like your primogems and just roles in general. And even if I did get enough, I was always at the risk of losing the role. So the moment I lose a role and I lose a character, that's it. Now I'm like potential weeks behind other creators. And it's not so much of a competition, but it's like, you know, if you're a content creator, you want to make sure that you're at least posting content in that relevant time frame. Otherwise, you kind of lose out on that wave. And that was the one thing that burned me. Even though I had closed beta, or not closed beta, but I had a lot of access to Genshin. More than what most players have. And I still have access to the game. Like if I was to just contact a couple people, I could easily jump back in. But right now the game is so far ahead and I'm so far behind that it's not worth it. And I just don't care for rolling for characters. The reason why I love Atlan so much right now is because I don't feel any FOMO at all. I don't feel like I'm forced to roll for anything. Like I'm currently sitting on, I'm literally sitting on my rolls because I don't need to, which is great. Because in Atlan, all I have to roll for are just cosmetics. So it's like if I want to roll for a cosmetic that I like for my class, then great. But it's not like necessary. Oh, okay, never mind, I can't capture me yet. You're mine! So that's why I feel I'll always keep playing Atlan as like perhaps my secondary game on the channel. So PoE 2 and Atlan will be like my two games of focus, and then everything in between is kind of like a showcase. Which I think is good, because showcasing new games on the channel is always good for growth. Did I try the new RuneScape? No, I actually haven't. I have seen Astacross play it though. I'm not really much of a RuneScape guy, so I can't really speak much on it. I didn't really grow up playing RuneScape, so it's hard for me to give my honest take on it. Did you play it? And if so, what were your impressions? Nice. Goblin camp infiltration. Okay, this is a... Okay, this is an infiltration. The smoke from the burning seeds seems to have made the goblins aggressive. If we get rid of the torches burning the icky seeds, will the goblins come to their senses? Find and extinguish all the torches while making your way to the center of the camp. Alright. Oh. What is this? So, avoid the sight lines of enemies standing guard to infiltrate. If an enemy senses your presence and you don't leave their sight line, you'll be detected and fail. Okay, a little bit of a bonus mini game here. Hungry, no food, can't move. Okay, what the heck? How do we beat this one? Uh-oh. Okay, there's too many guys here. What's he doing again? I don't remember. Oh! Okay, that's one. Nope, my only experience with RuneScape was watching Astacross and hear Cross yap about old school. Yeah, exactly. That was my only experience with RuneScape, was just hearing how much Cross loved RuneScape growing up, and now it's his main game, and how he got catfished and whatnot. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I respect that. You know, I love his passion behind the game, but it's just not for me because I never grew up with it, so it's hard for me to resonate with him. But I always love seeing others happy. Like when they're passionate about something, it makes me feel happy for them. Seeing someone else's joy in whatever they like is great. Yeah, and that's the thing with me too, Cake. See, this is the thing, like, so I love the fact that all of us have our own respective preferences. Like Gramps, I now realize what Gramps loves. Like Gramps and I, we have a lot in common, but then there are areas where it's like, okay, I know where Gramps I know where Gramps wants to be and where I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Like Gramps loves that survival crafting aspect. Like one good example is that, you know, when I look back at how he played Destiny, I can tell that Gramps had that survival aspect in him, but it wasn't until Dune that I saw him get really excited, and then also Alters, and then what else? Outer Wilds. Like when I saw Gramps requesting those games to me, I'm like, ah, I see what Gramps likes now. Gramps loves those games. For me, not so much. I can't really say with full truth that I'm a huge fan of those games. Growing up, it was different. Growing up as a kid, I loved those type of games. But now my tastes have changed so much that, well, I can't say so much, but I'd say I've always, like in the core of my gamer DNA, I've always loved action games, or at least action with some degree of RPG element in it. So things like Gauntlet Legends, things like beat 'em ups. Like I grew up playing a lot of what's it called, Metal Slug, and I grew up playing Contra. I grew up playing a lot of the Ninja Turtles games. What else? Diablo, of course, is like a huge one. So like at the core of my DNA, action games have always been the Devil May Cry, Beautiful Joe. All these games to me have been like my go-to. Also, if a game has a good story, it'll get me hooked. Yeah, and that's I think that's one reason why Gramps was super into Destiny, because Destiny just had an amazing story. Like to this day, I don't think there's anything that will ever come close to Destiny's story, because it was just amazing. Ow. Oh, damn. Okay, he swung for a long time there. Oh, you're dead. He went flying. Crazy. Yeah, that was fun. I like survival crafting games, but with good company. You'll never see me solo in one. That's actually a good point. That's actually a good point. If there was a survival crafting game that really had strong co-op elements, maybe you'll find me in there. But I'd say for the most part, I gotta have action. I've gotta have action, and I have to have some degree of character building. Because I love when I can go into a game and I can mold a character to how I want to play. That degree of freedom is what I've always loved in games. That's why I love games like Returnal, Horizon, GTA even is great, because you're not necessarily, well, yeah, you are kind of building your character, not in like the RPG sense, but more in the line of like a story, or you are building and progressing. But that is fun. Then of course, you know, Path of Exile, Diablo, those games to me I feel spoke to my heart and still speak to my heart. And then of course Crystal of Atlan. Great stuff. The one exception was Subnautica. I love the vibes in that game, but I think it's the exploration and the world rather than the mechanics. I think I can certainly agree with you on that. Subnautica was a very different game when it came out. It was unlike any other exploration game. And even to this day, I still feel like Subnautica is still very different. You don't really have that many games that execute the water element very well. Like even going back to the early 90s, mid 90s, the only game that I can really think of that really did a spectacular job with water mechanics was Wave Race on the N64. That to me, to this day, still holds up incredibly well when you compare it to the present day water mechanics in games. You're not going to get anything as fluid as Wave Race. Well, I mean, of course nowadays you can, but the wave elements in that game were incredible. The fun of survival crafting games for me is sharing a server with the homies and the adventures, dungeons, etc. Like in Conan and Minecraft. True, that's true. This is why I was considering Pal World, because Pal World, at least for the most part, has elements of an action RPG, which I like. It has character building, which I like, and the fact that I can mold the game to my preferences is also great. And it's a survival crafting game, so that means like all of us can go into the servers together. We can just catch monsters together. We can chill. You know, we don't have to rush the game. I think that's an exception to me. Like I would actually see myself playing Pal World with y'all. And it's not as over the top when it comes to its cutesiness. It's still very impactful. There's a lot that you can do. There's guns in the game. A lot of cool weapons you can build. But yeah, like one good example that I actually did enjoy was Conan. Yeah, Conan Exiles was actually a fun survival crafting for me. I enjoyed Conan Exile. Another rare example. I think even Ark wasn't too bad. But again, I'm very picky. Like I'm very, very picky. It has to deliver in like the action area. I enjoyed Pal World. I would play it again if you picked it up. Like I'd actually consider it. I actually would consider Pal World. Because it combines that traditional, not traditional, but it's more like me growing up as a Pokemon fan. And even to this day, I still am and consider myself to be a Pokemon fan. Like I love the Pokemon franchise. I just feel like the Pokemon Company recently have just done a very poor job in delivering a very robust experience. It's been nothing but inconsistencies over the past few years. But I will say that when Nintendo or Pokemon Company do cook, they cook very well. And they deliver big time. But Pal World, from what I'm seeing, like they've been pretty good. And despite the legal circumstances they're in with regarding, you know, Nintendo, whatever, I think they're still doing pretty good. And the game has, I don't know if it has raids in it, does it? Like, I know you can fight strong monsters in the game and you can collect resources and stuff, but I don't know if there's like a raid element to it. You abandoned it because you didn't want to play solo? Yeah, I understand that for sure. Kind of like what we were saying before, right? If a game does not have... Sorry, let me rephrase that. If you're playing a survival game solo, you kind of miss out on a lot of the elements of the game. Because when you're thinking survival, you're always thinking of a group of people coming together to survive. Like, yes, you can definitely do a solo experience, but it isn't as fun because you can't share your moments with other people. And I think that's the whole formula behind survival games, is you want to go in with your friends and you want to build a house together, or you want to catch monsters together or defeat enemies together. I think that's like the major selling point. Pumping a Pokemon with lead to catch it will never get old. Yeah, the fact that they actually have guns in that game and you can just lay it on a flipping Pokemon and just catch it afterward. That's crazy to me. They had dungeons, but no mechanics. So basically HP sponge, which I don't like. I would much rather a game that gave me mechanics to work with. I would much rather a game... That's why when we played Destiny together, I loved the dungeons because there was always a mechanic I had to learn. And that mechanic, once I learned it, made the experience much more fulfilling. Versus, oh, I see big boss. All right, guys, step into my portal. You know, 10 minutes of HP sponge. I don't like that. It just bores me. It's very boring. I like when a game tests me, where it's like, okay, there is some degree of mechanic I have to learn. And then once I learn the mechanic, now I can get into the pattern of the enemy or the boss. But just purely swiping and slashing, to me, it gets boring very quickly. And sadly, the Nintendo lawsuit made Power World remove some stuff. Not sure what the extent, but Sag. Yeah, I definitely don't know the extent myself, but definitely... Yeah, them getting hit with that lawsuit has hurt them a little bit. To what extent, like you said, I don't know, but I'm sure they'll find a way. I'm sure they'll find a way to make it better. I mean, I think Nintendo is just mad because they realized just how quickly Power World blew up. The fact that the game came out around the same time as Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, and we saw how abysmal Violet and Scarlet was. That game was atrocious, and this is coming from someone who loves Pokemon games. And that game was pure ass. Absolute doo-doo. Oh, what is this? Okay, so I can actually fight... I can fight this guy. Defeat Uncle Cappy at the Ventress Forest. Okay, he's level 16. What am I at now? 14? So he gives me 35 to 38 armor? Or fighter gear? Okay. But I gotta give them credit. Like, they came out of the woodwork and they're like, hey, Nintendo, y'all are lazy. We're not lazy. Here, eat this. And that shook Nintendo to their core, to the point where they had to literally do a lawsuit. That's how you know your game did so well that it actually forced the hand of the Empire. It's like Star Wars, you know? It's just like you think you have an iron grip until the rebellion comes out and just completely annihilates you. And then you realize, oh my gosh, our Death Star wasn't so strong after all. and now we're in that era of like the Empire strikes back. Nintendo's the Empire and they're striking back against the rebellion now. But let's see if the Power World team can actually make up for what they had to lose. But yeah, Cake, I'm right there with you 100%. Doing dungeons blind in Destiny, to me, was the pinnacle. For me, that was the pinnacle. Whenever I logged into Destiny and I knew that there was an incentive to play a dungeon, whether it be for like a new exotic or whatever, I was always there. I was always there. That to me was what really sold me. But I could definitely see the writing on the wall when it came to Bungie. I was like, man, y'all had something fantastic, and then I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened, but I wasn't expecting it to happen that fast. Just internal politics and all sorts of controversy just turned that company upside down, and now we're seeing the slow meltdown of what used to be a beloved company. And sadly, Sony doesn't seem to have a... It doesn't seem like Sony has any real idea on how to salvage, because it's... Admittedly, it's kind of tough. Wait, when? Oh, level 7? Well, I gotta grind this game then. Okay. But I'm sure Gramps is excited for any new survival crafting game. If you gave me like a strong... Okay, so here's the thing that caught my eye with V Rising. V Rising had the survival mechanics plus the action RPG element. And that's what sold me to play the game. Because it's like, okay, it combined two elements that I was... Okay, well, for one, I'll always love action RPGs. What the heck is this guy doing? Look at this guy in the foreground. What do you... The way his eyes looked... The way his eyes looks like he's actually like that creeper look. But yeah, he's actually okay. Just the way it looks from here. That creeper look. Alright, so complete one request. Okay, I'll do it right now then. So I need to go to, where was it? So track target, talk to guy. What a nice name. Talk to guy. But yeah, so the one thing that drew me to V Rising was the fact that it had the ARPG element, and then it threw in some survival crafting, but the way in which it was delivered just didn't hit me as well, which is why I stopped playing it. It wasn't so much the two elements being bad. I think it's just the way it was delivered didn't really hit me as much as I wanted it to. Oh damn, they have dungeons here. Okay, so this is a level 15 boss, and I get a thin sinew. This is probably to level characters, I imagine. So let me do this. So I have 60 keys, and it cost me 10 per dungeon. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So by the time... So basically, if this is all that I get, if I only get 50 keys, I'm already burning through that in one sitting. So I would hope that they raise this cap a little bit, because if they're only giving us 50 keys and it costs 10, either they raise the cap to a higher threshold or decrease the number of keys you use. Because this is a bit much. And I gotta go through 2 of them. So there's one dungeon with 2 levels, and if it costs me 10 per stage, that's already 20. That's crazy. Bedtime for this one. Managed to finish chapter 3. Let's go. Let's go. You're getting close to the end game then. Very nice. Let's go, Gramps. Soon we shall be able to conquer the end game together. And then once Czar is able to get to end game, then we can have a nice trio. We can start doing some really cool stuff. Because I'm at 58 right now, but I think by tonight I should be able to hit 60. Clear within 3 minutes. Alright, let's do it. Get him! Yeah, so Czar switched servers, but I think because of the update, I think the game kicked him back to NA servers again, so I think he has to swap again, unfortunately. That was a cool battle. But he said he's okay with it. Wow, 17? Okay, that's a lot of thin sinew that we get. So this costs me, so level 2 costs another 10 again. But we do get books. So it costs 20 per dungeon. So 20, 40. So you can only do 3 dungeons. That's crazy. And then how much does it cost to get more? Can you just buy it? More keys? How much do keys cost? Because if I can buy more keys, then it's probably not that bad. Let's see this. How much does a key cost? Is it you? Shop. Okay, so reach... Okay, so reach level 10. And it costs... Okay, so 10 keys cost 150. That's not that bad, I guess. 150,000, and I'm already over... Well, I'm at 1 million. I'm at 1 million gold. Okay, that's okay. This is fine then. All right. I thought it was going to be like poopy, but that's actually not that bad. They have a new update in COA today, so luckily I took my own advice and made a copy of the file. Yeah, that's right. This morning I logged in and they actually had like a quick update. Because I checked and I was like, why is Zara on the Forest of Trials again? But I guess he just has to copy and paste the config file. It's kind of annoying, I guess. Well, not annoying, but it's more so you kind of you have to always log in and do all that stuff, which can be quite cumbersome. But I think if it takes like literally 2 seconds to do, I don't think it's that bad. Let's kill Uncle Cappy here. So one thing I will say about this game though is that it definitely is, it's not what you'd expect. If you're coming into this game thinking it's going to be Genshin, you're not going to be very impressed. No, I shouldn't say impressed. You're not going to be like, you're not going to get the same type of mobility that you get in Genshin. And by movement I mean, I feel like this game is quite linear from what I'm feeling now. The game is quite linear because the way you move around maps and dungeons, it just feels like you go into a dungeon, dead. You know, you clear out content, leave, that's about it. But it's not like a vast open world like you'd get from Genshin. It's not that bad as long as you notice the updates so you don't get the hiccups logging with no characters. That's true. Yeah, I guess once you recognize all of the updates, then yeah, you should be okay. Let's go. What's this? I have 38. Wow, they give you a lot of basic fighter gear. What the heck? And I guess that's good. Okay, so equipment. This is level 5. Oh wow, they give you a lot of gear then. Okay, I'll just level this up then. Okay. Well, since this is my main girl, I love using Ophelia a lot, so I'll level up my hands. Hey, you too, Gramps. Thank you so much for stopping by, brother. I appreciate you. Much love to you. And I'll see you again soon. We'll get a chance to play more COA together very soon. So let's level this up. Use substats. Earth resistance. Okay, I guess that's another element I have to worry about. Okay, and then I can probably put okay, so let's go to Reina then. So So where was level 2? There you go. I'll never get tired of this music, by the way. This music is so cheerful. Oh, lightning attack. Oh, this is good for Reina. That's good. I want that. That's perfect. Yeah, good. More lightning attack damage? Wonderful. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Now it just gave me the same thing for... Can I get some fire attack on this? Fire attack and I'm in there. Let's see. Fire attack? Earth resistance. Whatever. Alright. And then monsterlings. Okay, so I'll manage this. Let's see. So we have Goblin. Elastic Cheeks. That sounds really something. So Elastic Cheeks, melee defense, plus 9% against normal monsters. Crit resistance is 6. Okay. So do I have. Swift Hands. Okay, that's not bad. Can probably continue to enhance it then. Okay. Oh, I can get my rank up. Oh, rank 4. Wow. Okay. Okay, so special skills crit rate now is 7.25%. Okay. Okay, and then let's see. Enhance your boy. So I guess I can't rank him up yet because I don't have... Yeah, I don't have enough materials for him. Whoops. Okay. So talk to Guy again. All these achievements are done. But this game right now is quite generous when it comes to... When it comes to things like... Oh! I got a new character. Oh, this is the assassin girl. And it gives you keys, which is good. So, right now, as it stands, the game is pretty generous when it comes to your currency. Which I think is quite nice. I'd say other games aren't as giving when it comes to currency. You kind of have to grind for it, but this one is not that bad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Esther. Esther is the assassin girl. Oh, more characters. Mina. Oh, dude, they have a lot of characters. And it seems like you unlock them as you just level up. So is there even a gacha then, or is this just primarily for the closed beta? It could be for the beta though. Like they want to introduce you to the characters and whatnot. Because right now we're getting a lot of... Or maybe, you know what? Maybe they're giving these characters away because they are like the opening characters, and then maybe later on as the game progresses, you're likely going to have to roll for them. But right now, I'm curious to see what Esther has. Mina looks pretty cool. So I'm curious as to what their playstyle is. So let's see if we unlock them. Let's see. So, characters. Oh. Oh. She's a wind melee girl. Okay, hold up. Didn't I have a wind attack? I swear I had a wind attack equipment somewhere. Whoa, Esther. This angle is kind of, something. Let's max you out, though. I will give them credit. They're designed for characters. You know what? This is great. It's not as fan servicey. Like, of course, there's attractiveness, and that's a good thing. It doesn't go into like the Gunner territory that much. Like there's just enough of a grip that it keeps you coming back, but it's not like super Gunner. Because there are some Gunner type elements, and it's like, dude, y'all are wild. This one isn't that goony, which is nice. Oh wait, didn't I not have any wind attack? Oh, did I remove it? I may have removed it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the wind attack is on Verena, so I'm gonna have to switch that. Or sorry, on Ophelia, sorry. So I'll put this on, yeah, this makes sense to put on your girl. Esther wants this. And then with Ophelia has no helmet for now, which is okay. The question is now... Ooh, she's got the knife. Okay, yeah, this is a character. I want this assassin girl. Let me use her real quick. So I'm going to swap off Verna, because Verna looks interesting. Verna's cool. I respect Verna. But I'm all about the assassins. I wanna slash a little bit. So what do we have? Esther, okay. So let's see. A dungeon. Okay, what's this? Skills. Okay, oh, okay, so different dungeon. Okay, so this dungeon is for experience. And you get like experience books. And then this is primarily for your skills. Okay, so this is kind of like Genshin then, where you can use your keys to unlock skills for your character, because each character has their own skill nodes, just like in Genshin. Not as much, but they still have them. And then your experience, you can just earn books to level up your characters, which is fine. But it just costs so much. 10 is quite pricey. But now it makes sense. So this is going to be used to level up a particular character. I don't know who though. Okay, where the heck do I go again to change my party? Team, here we go. Okay, so Verna, it was nice knowing you, but I'm going to manage my team. Dude, this angle though, crazy. Whoa! Game, you gotta calm down with that a little bit. Okay, so thick fat. Okay, let's equip you. Green cappy. So level 10. Dude, this cap is so funny. Thank you, Carl, for the banning of the bot. Sheesh. All right. This is the team right here for me. Okay, I need to talk to Guy, right? All right, let's see what her animations look like. Damn. So dungeon for the strongest complete. Okay, so I still need to do adventure one more side quest and I should be able to get to adventure 5. So let's do this. It should give me enough. Okay, so talk to Miller. There you go. So now I can go and do main quest again. So currency seems to be the main core aspect currently. Collect a lot of gold and you should be good. So why is it... We've completed it. But why is it still giving me an exclamation mark? Like, is there something I'm missing? Because we talked to Guy already. Dude, that screen is killing me. That side angle is crazy. Well, nothing haram so far, so that's good.
フランシス。あ、オフィリアはフランシスを知らなかったっけ？ちょっと変な人でさ、種の分析を頼んだんだ。オフィリアがブリーズビルを守ってくれている間に。そうか。
あのな、フランシスがちょっと変だなんて、それはないだろ ああ見えてフランシスはな、とてもかなりの変人だ。お前さんたちに任せるとしよう。
Alright, head to Francis Clinic. Alright, let's do it. I just want to see the gameplay for Esther. I want to see what she plays like. I'm very curious. I mean, I could do a couple dungeons. And I guess I can do a side mission here too. Talk to Jace real quick. Okay. So go to where the goblin ferns grow. Okay, let's go. This has got to be attacking goblins. I need to know, what does Esther look like, baby? Show me what you got, girl. I need to know what your style is. Oh, she hits you with a Hey, yo! Okay, they went crazy with the animations with this one. We got a nice in-depth look at what she's wearing. That was a visual right there. Let's see. Dude, she hit you with a flipping broom. Appreciating the art. Facts. Great art form. Jesus. Dude, the fact that she just looks at you. Like, what are you looking at? Alright, that's kind of cool though. Her broom is actually a sword. But that side angle is wild, dude. Sheesh. Alright, anyway, let's leave. I'm losing my control here. Solid side art. Well done. Well executed. Alright. Hand over the goblin fern to Asha. Didn't I just give it to you? There it is. What is this? Goblin fern? I'm assuming that's probably meant to give to Jace, perhaps? You know, maybe if I actually read what they were talking about, I would know. I just skipped the side quest narrative so hard. Oh yeah, and so this is the fern. Yeah, so I guess he wanted the fern for her. Done. Alright, side quest finished. Easy. So the side quest in this game, very simple. Just go in, whack a few monsters, come back. Done. Nothing crazy. Which is good. I guess their main focus... Okay, this character is wild too. Francis and her? Shh. Brother. Like, what is going on? Sheesh. Alright, Francis. Alright, you gotta calm down.
フランシス、そんなことより分析結果を教えて。
Yeah, she is definitely flirting.
そんなことだなんて。世界に必要なのはただ一つ。愛だけなのよ。そうね。
Okay.
別に相手は一人じゃなくてもいいんだもの。よくばりさん。あ、相手。何言ってるんだよ。違うって。
It really feels like I'm watching an anime, dude.
はいはい、わかったわ。行きましょう。ちょっと急にどこ行くの？
Hey, don't wink like that.
浮ついた女性は一体なんだ？信頼できるのか？騎士のお嬢さん、愛が足りてないのかしら？処方箋出してあげる？寄るな、こっちに来るな。
Wow. Yeah, again, the map or the world is very well designed. But it is still very contained. It would be cool if you could explore all of that, but I can see they're trying to kind of ensure that you're not going too far out of the jurisdiction.
とっても危険なものを持ってきてしまったみたいね。だから直接来ちゃったの。
とっても危険だと？一体何なんだ？
私たちの住んでいる世界のものじゃない。
Hey, what's up, Elite? How you
意
doing?
外の力が宿ったものよ。由緒ある古書。反り目な不思議発見によると、
Solus Manamis.
さらされたものは凶暴化す
Sounds like I'm about to swear at somebody. Yo, stupid Solus Manamis!
知ってるわよね。
What'd you call me?
いわゆる侵食というやつよ。
そう聞くと俺もなんだか体が熱くなってきた。
Cloud is definitely a goof. He's a goofball in this game.
どう？心の内の暴力性に目覚めちゃったかしら。それともクラウドの中に隠されたアブノーマルな欲望？お注射チクッとしちゃう？どけ。汚染されているなら切るしかない。
大丈夫です。気のせいでした。本当です。信じてください。
アジン種のような高知能種族はそう簡単には侵食されないみたいよ。
だが、すでにこの種は我々の脅威となっている。
This guy's cool, Miller.
フランシス。
I like Miller in his cowboy outfit.
クストスの力が必要なのよ。
クストス？あの伝説の自然の番人か。
自然の番人。
Oh, cutscene?
クストスは古代の守護神よ。自然の断りに逆らう敵が現れれば、その敵を破壊して平和をもたらすという伝説があるわ。
目覚めさせる鍵を代々守っている。
Alright, I can respect Francis though. She's attractive enough to where it's like, okay, you got my attention, but not like she's not diving into a territory where you can see more than what you need to see.
そんな重大な役目をこのフランシスに任せるつもりか。
お前さんたちも行くんだが？
は？私がいつ
This is why I love Reina and Ophelia, because you can tell they're very attractive, but they don't expose it.
私は好きよ。氷が溶けるところ。
Damn, okay. So Francis has a thing for Ophelia right now. There is some flirting going on between them. Alright, so go to the Mount Luporium entrance, alright. I want to play with more Esther real quick. Let's see this. Follow the mountain path. Okay, after this one, I'll probably call it for now. Just because I definitely want to save some of my energy for later tonight. I'd like to play more Atlan tonight, so I want to get some rest and let my room cool down a little bit. I don't want it to get too hot throughout the day today. I want it to be at least around 30 degrees. Because yesterday it was like, I was booked.
なんだ。
この道を通るなら通行料がいる。まさかこの程度の常識も知らないのか。
It's so funny how like even the little small characters are voiced. Like the lesser impactful characters are still voiced.
バカ、私たちからお金を取ろうとしてるのよ。
え、そうなの？
おとなしく通行料出せば済んだもの。うひゃー、やろうだも身ぐるみ履いちまえ。
Whoa. I erased those guys. Holy moly. Edge. So I guess if you really like the more linear approach to these types of games, like the linear approach to like an action RPG, I think this game would be more up your alley. compared to the more open-ended approach that I'd say something like this kind of feels like a ZZZ, where it's not like it's not open world, but it's open zone where you just have to go through certain zones to get things done, which can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Oh no. You good?
ホワイトウォールフどうしてこんなところに
違うそうだ助けが必要なんだ
何があった？
我々の間で大きな争いが起きたあまりにも急な出来事で私も正確には何が起きたのかわからない
でもウォールフって順序がはっきりしているんじゃなかったかしら特にホワイトウォールフは戦士の誇りと名誉を重んじる一族だと聞いていたが
お前たちの言う通りだ私は
ちょっとタンマ何があったのかは行けばわかるだろう
Is that trap?
まず自己紹介から
Why is he collecting flowers?
俺はクラウド
私はハイト門番のハイトだ
お門番
あ門番
よかったなら俺たちを案内してくれよな
戦うのは無理だが案内ならいくらでもしてやれる
そうよハイト私たちが助けるからもう心配しないで
我々を助けるお前たちが本当かありがたい
Alright. More slimies. This game is like if Dragon Quest was turned into an action RPG.
それはなんだ
That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm playing Dragon Quest, but like a more animated version of it.
我々一族の内戦は起こったというのか
So I'm guessing in this AoE, you probably get some buff. I feel like this game would be good for those who are kind of new to gacha games.
ところでお前たちは
It feels like a game that, you know, if you're not familiar with how a Genshin game plays, the game itself is pretty straightforward and not as complex, which I think is a good thing. It's a game you can jump into, and you don't have to spend that much time to get value out of it, which is a good thing. Damn, I just cooked that whole entire village.
お前たち大したものだな
はい皆さんちょ
Whoa.
っと下がってねしばらく息を止めて
おおなんかすげえでもこれって何の薬なんだ
最多剤よまだ息は止めておいた方がいいわ
What the heck? Everyone's just throwing up seeds. Climb the Euporum? Or Luporum?
この渓谷には多くの危険が隠されていていわゆる試練の峡谷と呼ばれて我々の生き方は日々の生活その
Okay, let's see your ult.
訓練であり試練だと言えよう
Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of sick. She took off her eye patch. That's like a Bleach reference right there. Flipping Kenpachi. This animation's crazy though. Ophelia's ult is nuts. That animation is still nuts to me. Oh, okay, let me click my basil real quick. Okay, last fight. Okay, I'll just skip this one real quick. Just because after this I want to get going. And I want to see if my boy is still streaming, if Will is still going at it, because I think he was playing PoE last time I was watching him. I want to raid him before I go. But he could have gone offline already. Oh, we got the mole man. Bam! Where are you? Oh. Hit him with this. Ooh. Crazy. The heck was that? The heck was that? Dedge. You're mine. So he must be like a higher end character then. Alright, I guess we'll stop here for now. This is fun. This is really fun. I'll record that one too for my follow-up. I'll definitely make a video either tomorrow or maybe Monday. We'll see. But yeah, I'll drop like an early impressions video and just give my 2 cents on the matter. It's a pretty fun game. I think it certainly speaks to those who like this type of style of game, you know, very hack and slash, Genshin style, but it's not as open-ended as you expect. So if you're coming into this with that mentality, then you're probably not gonna get the same degree of excitement. But again, I'll provide a more detailed analysis in the video when I drop it. So look forward to that. But until next time, as always, new warriors, you know what it is. Stay strong, keep fighting, and may the force be with you all always. And I'm going to see if my brother Will is still going at it. If he is... Oh, of course he is offline. Every time I want to raid the guy, he's never there. So, I guess for now, we'll just have to wait it out for now. Alright, well, in any case, I guess we'll just call it for today. Alright, y'all. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again, hopefully tonight. We'll see how the weather pans out. But,